Cancel culture and the need to stay woke has led to a gold rush for some consultants in Hollywood. There is a whole new legion of paid advisors cashing in on movie studios' absolute desperation not to offend anyone. Everything from reading scripts for, quote, cultural red flags to making sure characters played by actors of color are getting enough screen time so woke mobs don't accuse the producers of marginalizing minority cast members. The work is laid out in this recent New York Times piece entitled, "Helping Hollywood Avoid Claims of Bias is Now a Growing Business." Quote, "The consulting work runs the gamut of a production. The consulting companies sometimes are asked about casting decisions as well as marketing plans, and they may also read scripts to search for examples of bias and to scrutinize how characters are positioned in a story." A consultant who spoke with the Times said, quote, "It's not only about what characters say, it's also about when they don't speak. It's like, hey, there's not enough agency for this character. You're using this character as an ornament. You're going to get dinged for that." Well, of course the studio would get dinged for writing a storyline the audience can best appreciate instead of focusing on where it ought to be, on the race of a particular character. Another consultant told the Times about an example where she flagged a studio because, quote, "all of the actors playing the heroes in an upcoming scripted project appeared to be light-skinned East Asian people, whereas the villains were portrayed by darker-skinned East Asian actors." Thank goodness they got that flagged before they went forward with it. Imagine the PR nightmares and the campaigns calling for their heads if something in the movie offers fodder for the Twitter mob. And that's why you have to hire multiple consultants on each project. An Asian specialist, transgender specialist, gay and lesbian specialist, mental health and identity specialist. I'm not joking. Now, kudos to the consultants and the small business owners who are now making this a very profitable and significant part of their revenue stream. They are seizing on the financial windfall and capitalizing on Hollywood being afraid of its own shadow. But is this how insane things have gotten? That we're at a point where movie studios are so paranoid about being criticized that they are literally paying all these expert outsiders to preemptively tell them how potentially culturally insensitive or racist they could be if the wrong person views it in the wrong way. Joining us now is Caitlyn Becker, senior reporter for DailyMail.com. She has been covering Hollywood and its ins and outs for years, even before maybe it was this woke. Caitlyn, thank you for coming back to the show. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I will admit, I didn't know this was going on. How long has this been a thing?
You know, Dan, it hasn't been around that long. I would say kind of 2020-ish in the wake of Black Lives Matter. You see more and more companies kind of across the board, not just Hollywood, hiring diversity experts and different consultants to try to deal with these sorts of issues and be a little more sensitive.
But again, we're not talking about, I get it. If you work at a big company, you want to make sure that the staff is diverse, et cetera. When we're talking about scripts, for example, and they're saying, oh, well, you better be careful because this particular character might be seen as an ornament, meaning you have to give this character some more play in the script because someone might criticize you. I mean, this seems like they've gone bananas.
And Dan, I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but as a white man, you're not ever on screen as an ornament.
Yeah,
as a woman, I've been put,
people
who look like me are treated as ornaments or fetishized.
I know, it's the typical, right.
Just not to say that we can't have the
so you can't understand.
We can't have that conversation.
Right. I get
just that don't we want to be more diverse? Don't we want to not come off as racist? Don't we want to seem as, welcoming and reflective of the world? And art imitates life. These are big companies.
Sure. The fact, though, that they need to hire all of these specialists in each particular area tells you who owns Hollywood. That's the problem. Again, the sort of the argument of, oh, well, no offense, but you're a white man, so you don't know what it's like. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm completely supportive of being diverse in Hollywood. The idea, though, that you have to hire specialists in each of these areas because you're so concerned about what someone might say. Someone might point out that this person didn't get enough time on camera. There's got to be a level where we say, this is absurd, that the writer should be able to write a script that reflects what that writer wanted to do and the script to say, instead of relying on all of these specialists to tell the screenwriter, oh, no, 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 wait a sec, you've got to go back and change everything.
I definitely see your point there, and I think that in a perfect world, you would want these types of changes and this type of sort of big picture looking at these types of projects to come from within, but they just don't yet, and we're not there yet. And I have to ask you, like, how many times, I know I do it all the time, I actually talk about it on shows like yours, have we said to ourselves, so-and-so is apologizing because of a racist storyline, a homophobic storyline, a bad joke in a show, and we've said to ourselves,
and a lot of it's ridiculous.
People had to say yes. Yeah, but we said to ourselves,
right,
how many people had to say yes, and no one raised their hand and said, this isn't really a good idea. I mean, these companies are really full at the top, to your point, of one usual non-diverse type of people, and they're surrounded by sycophants and yes men. So maybe you do need a consultant to come in, raise the flag, and say, hey, this is not a good idea.
And you would support having them in what? How many specialists do you think you need on a set? 8, let's say, in different areas of different concerns? 8 sounds like a good number. Maybe 10?
I think it would depend on the show. Well, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody. I wouldn't want to write a script that I poured my heart and soul in and be shut down.
But but again, if you're going to get shut down, it means that you have caved. It means that we're at a point where things are so bad that someone who complains about someone who, was the example we gave of a different shade of East Asian, as the consultant was quoted in the New York Times as saying, is, oh, my goodness, imagine what the response would have been. Again, how many do you need? I mean, it's just too easy to simply say, yeah, it would be great if everything worked this way. My question is, when you start working on a set and you've got 8 and 10 experts in different areas who are all weighing in, the creative process is gone, and the mob now owns the set. You get the final word.
I just feel like having someone on set to say making the villains all dark-skinned and the heroes all light-skinned might not be a good look is a kind of fair assessment. And how many other people didn't notice that? I mean, systemic racism and homophobia and being anti-transgender or anti-female, like those things do seep in. And maybe we do need someone who is separate and doesn't have any skin in the game when it comes to getting a show made to raise the flag and say, let's rethink this.
Or 8 or 10 of those
or
people.
8 or 10.
Caitlyn, I think you've been spending too much time in Hollywood, Caitlyn. You're buying into it all. But I hear you. Look, but I think our goal is the same. It's just a question of how far do you go to get there? Caitlyn Becker, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.